Hello, welcome to my channel. This is Robin. This tutorial is dedicated to every monolith human being on earth. As a person who has a very chubby and hooded monolith, it's always challenging to do makeup on such eye. No matter how thick eyeline you draw, once you open up your eye, invisible. And creating really thick eyeline on the eye is a very old and classic. I wouldn't say it's classic, but it's very an old way of doing eye makeup on monolid, just to make the eyeline visible on mono eyelid. And monolid has a lot of space. When I close my eye, this entire space, it folded just inside my upper lid, so it became invisible. And that is the problem. So when I'm doing the eye makeup, I'll need to create a lot of dimension and layers of eyeshadow to create some sort of dimension and depth and intensity to create that soft but defined eye look. That is the solution for a beautiful eye makeup for monolids. So let me show you how, step by step. I just finished my makeup tutorial of contouring, so if you haven't watched contouring tutorial, you can watch it later. So let's get it started. I have a little bit of sparkling, gleaming highlighting powder on my eye, but that'll be totally fine. It'll be a beautiful canvas for my eye before I put on eye makeup. First, I'm going to start by applying this Bobbi Brown gel eyeliner shade in Caviar Ink, and this is a brush from Art Shop. Just a small brush will do. And depending on your eye shape, you can use this kind of pen brush or flat pedal brush. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look straight and just map out the line. I want to just lightly define my eye shape. Just like that. So this will be a map for me, how far I should go and where I should exactly draw my line. And I'm just gonna perfect it, just like that. So it kinda extend my lash line. And precision is not really important because we'll need to do lots of shading works anyway. And even the liner is this thick. Once I open my eye, it's invisible. So that's totally fine. And don't worry about it much at this point of step because I'm gonna put on a powder eyeshadow later to smudge the line to be looking more soft and hazy. So what's important right now at this step, I need to get the shape of my eye first to be extended and to be defined. And I think this side is a little short, so I can just extend a little bit longer. And you can work a little bit more thicker on the inner corner of the eye because once there's a thickness on the outer corner and inner corner of the eye for monolid, it looks like an extension of eye. Eyes look elongated. For later when I apply an eyeshadow, I'm gonna smudge it of course, but it's just very nice base to work with as a monolid. So my eyes are already pretty defined. And precision at this point, don't care about it. Just get these lines and the maps done. That's the most important. Just like that. Okay, lines done. And now this is the most important step. I'm going to do a lots of shading and contouring by smudging this eye line. And choice of color is super important. Do not use something red like this one, but use something more gray, more cooler toned ones. Avoid this kind of colors, but use these kind of colors to create more shadow on the eye. Because if you use this kind of red colors like this one, it looks like the eyes are sick or swollen or there's an infection, and it looks like a burgundy color almost like a bruise. So just to create a shading and shadow on the eye, especially for monolid, creating a soft dimension, you'll be using this kind of colors or this. So do not use something that is red or ruddy. And now I'm going to use this shade. This is from Dior, and this is 6F brush from Shuumura. However, this Dior mono eyeshadow is discontinued, so you can find alternatives. Doesn't have to be this product. You can just simply overlapping the eyeshadow above the liner. And smudge this liner as much as you can while leaving this sharpness on the outer corner of the eye. Do not just fade out all this sharpness on the outer corner of the eye. It'll actually create very smoky eye. What we want to create today is defined eye, not smoky eye. So I'm gonna keep shade on the inner corner of the eye here and center, while leaving this outer corner of the eye is pretty sharp. It's beautifully smudged now here. But once I open up my eye, there's still a sharpness here. And this is not done yet. I'm gonna apply another shade of contour shade using slightly larger brush. I'm gonna use this Bobbi Brown eye smudge brush. And the choice of color has to be more lighter as well. I'm gonna use Laura Mercier eyeshadow shade in Cafe au Lait. Just overlapping the eyeshadow above this Dior eyeshadow, while just barely touching on the outer corner of the eye. So I'm softening out those edges of here. And now you can start to see some dimension just on this area. So shading and layering is the key for monolid. So just smudge nicely, just like that. And you can already start to see some gradient on my eyelid. And next I'm going to use even more lighter shade. From this Laura Mercier palette, I'm gonna use shade in Vanilla Nuts in the middle. Honestly, this step you can just skip it if you are happy with this gradient and dimension on the eye. But I'm gonna just add this step to further blend my eyeshadow here. This is my favorite technique. Just, fade out everything beautifully. So the area I'm blending is really high. I'm just really blending the edges of this eyeshadow. Then you will still see this dimension on my eye and the sharpness on the outer corner of my eye. I'm gonna apply an eyeliner, just one more, just one more layer of eyeliner, because I just feel like I want to define it a little bit more. So I'm gonna use this NARS Climax eyeliner pen just on the outer corner of my eye, just on the bottom of my eye. And as you can see, the black is really intense, so I'm just gonna use this 6F brush again with the same, just to tone down this intensity a little bit. So intensity is there, but it doesn't look smoky at all. This just looks beautiful on monolid. And next, eyelash color. I'm gonna use half eyelash color as always and curl it really from the root. Curl your eyelashes really well, and then I'm gonna use this mascara fixer from Etude House. This is one of the best and the must product for monolid eyes, because monolid people, we have very straight hair of the eyelashes. So even if we give a very good curl and after mascara application the hair comes down, but this mascara fixer, it'll hold the curl to be curly, and wait until it gets fully dried. Next, I'm gonna use a little bit of brush to just touch up and clean out the area here. You can clearly see my eyes are more highly defined and more elongated. And next I'm going to use this mascara from NARS. This is Climax Extreme Mascara. Although this may not be the best mascara for monolid people, but why not? I just like this mascara so much. And don't forget to put on a little bit on the lower eye. I'm gonna work just on the center so it looks more wide open and dolly eyelashes. Looks cute. And next I could just finish off with maybe a lip oil. I'm gonna use a lip oil from Clarins. This is shading Candy. I really love this lip oil. This is my favorite. And this is complete look. And if you want to add something more colors on the eye, you can of course always apply a little bit more colors. So example, I'm gonna apply, to demonstrate, I'm gonna apply a little bit of color. I'm gonna use this color. This is like a red bean, a little bit red bean, whatever. And when using extra colors, you'll want to start applying from the center of the eye. So it won't irritate the blending and the dimension and the shading. Just like that. It looks slightly more ruddy here. So this is adding color process. You can apply a little bit of color depending on your mood or depending on your look. Or in case if you want to intensify much more, then you can apply the same shade by using a pencil brush. Apply underneath the eyes just to smoke out a little bit. working close to the lash line, and gradually build intensity and color. And in case if you want to create more intensity, then you can go with a liner pencil around the lash line. So it instantly creates more intensity. And I can also connect here with a liner above, so it creates that, more sexy looking eye. So this is how you build intensity on monolid. If I want to, I can go a little bit more deeper and darker. So this is complete look. I hope you enjoyed.